making gifts. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express, let's roll, let's go. So grab your boots, let's take a stand for freedom, faith, and the heart of this land. Oreo Express.
Celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7. I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.
That's right, folks. Order now. Head over to mypillow.com. Check it all out. They have so many great gifts over there. It doesn't matter if it's a dog bed, pillow top, mattress topper, all these, too many to name. My favorite, the MyPillow slippers. So head over there. Right now, they are having one thing special, which is free shipping and up to 50% off. So use promo code Oreo. And we appreciate it when you do that because it helps us at this platform as well. And we're always about America First companies. We love to stand behind and support America First companies. So head over to mypillow.com. Welcome back, guys. Woo! Busy day. We got a big show in store for you. We got some healthcare talk. We got Trump addressing some questions when he was talking with reporters today. Also, the United States seized a Venezuelan oil tanker. We'll get into that, show you some of the video that Pam Bondi released, and a whole lot more. I'm just telling you, I love shows like this. Because I was looking at my thing, and I'm so blessed that I got the help to upgrade the system right here. And I got all these screens open with no problems. It's not cutting out. It's not doing all this. And then I spent about 20 minutes on playing with some different features that we can do now that we couldn't do before. And I'm working on something. I don't want to say too much, but it'll be a different, it'll be on this platform that you're watching now, but it'll have probably a different name, probably a show going on once a week. Once a week. I don't know if we're going to do Fridays or what. I'm trying to work it all out because in a perfect world, we can pay the people that host alongside with me. I don't want to ask them. They're just like me. They do this for a living, and time is money, and to commit to something every week. But I think I'm getting close now to being able to at least experiment and see if the show makes money so that we can at least each person on the show can make about $50 for about 60 to 90 minutes a week, and it'd be worth it. It's a lot of stuff going on right now. And again, I'm just blessed right now that this whole computer situation, I look down every time. I'm like, oh my gosh, the possibilities are unlimited right now, guys. And I've been playing around with some other stuff. I just got to work out the kinks. And again, I got to produce, host, do all this stuff. So it's going to take me a little time. Give me a little time. But welcome back. Let me jump into the comments really quick. Let's see who's all in here. And I still didn't get a response from Rumble on that stupid raid. Trina's in the house. Pixie, Jaylyn, Julius, Karen Sunflower in the house. Bug Thug, Sugar Bear, Texas Real Woman, El Ralphie. I might say some of them a couple times because I'm not keeping track in this this little empty brain of mine. Texas Bigfoot. Now, I like Texas Bigfoot. I don't know why he allows Gay Boy in Texas. Jan Garner, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. Nola's in the house. Darlene, Carol Burton. You guys are just coming up in here hot. Old Uncle Bill, Matt, First Amendment Media, Penny Loafer, Nickel Loafer says we can start now. I'm here. Man, I thought it would be too cold in the chat room for Penny Loafer, but yours truly jumps in. Deb V, Saint Fan, thank you guys so much. As I said, we got a lot to talk about. We got some things that are going to boil your blood. You'll want to punch your damn monitor. I did. I tell you what, I did. How about this? A DoorDash driver. Her name is Olivia Henderson. I guess she was delivering an order. And there was a guy with, I think it had a screen door, right? And she peeks in, and he is passed out drunk, naked, on his couch. So she takes a picture of him and puts it out on social media, and then even called the police to say it was sexual harassment on his part. Now, again, please keep your door closed while you're doing that, but I have a screen door right here. I don't ever get passed out drunk. I don't ever pass out, really. Every once in a while, we're working a little hard, right? But she was excited to use the camera, but now she's asking the judge, because now the police have filed charges on her. You can't just go to someone's door, take a picture of them naked. Take a listen to this.
The Oswego City judge allowing News Channel 9 to record the proceedings. The first look at 23-year-old Olivia outside her popular TikTok page.
Their front door was wide open, and they were within eyesight of the front door, laying on the couch indecently exposed to me.
This is her last post, published October 26th, 2 weeks after her now deleted video causing this controversy. Working as a driver for delivery service DoorDash, Henderson claimed she was dropping off a food order when through the customer's door, saw him on the couch naked. After posting her footage, she reported the incident to Oswego police as sexual harassment.
Some of the claims that she had made on social media after the fact were not in fact true.
Investigators determined the man, drunkenly unconscious on his couch, did nothing wrong. But he found out lewd images of him were published for thousands of TikTok users to see. So police criminally charged Henderson with 2 counts related to unlawful surveillance. Court documents accuse her of recording, quote, intimate parts without consent when he had a reasonable expectation of privacy.
And to all those that have been supportive of me during this time, thank you so much.
For as talkative as she's been on TikTok until now, she had nothing to say while leaving the courthouse.
Livy, do you want to say anything about what happened?
You know what? It's sad that people would do this these days for clicks. We're going to talk about Erika Kirk here in a while. She's came out and called out the Grifters. That's what they are. I don't care who they are, if they were aligned with us at one time or anything else. They are grifters trying to get clicks. And now this is backfiring on this woman. She originally called the police and said she was the victim when she went up and recorded. Now you notice there is, if someone stands out on the out in public and films your house and catches something indecent, that's a totally different story. Your windows are open. Can't trespass my eyes. You can't trespass my camera lens. But this, walking up to someone's door and literally just trying to get clickbait from it, it's now changing. And she asked that their cameras not be in the courtroom. How funny is that? How funny is that? Man, I just love this. This I do not love. This right here is something that could get me put in jail. People are out harassing, thanks to Mark Kelly and the other seditious six that have lied to Americans and told them that somehow Trump is giving unlawful orders to our military, our National Guard. We just had 2 of them shot, 1 dead, 1 critically injured, trying to recover. He just got out of bed for the first day. Praise the Lord. But take a look at this. Ooh, man, this one was tough.
All right, guys, what's up? You guys understand the Constitution. I'm sure you understand the What are you guys doing here? Sergeant, have you heard of Captain Dylan Blaha or Staff Sergeant Demi Palachek? What about you, Private? Do you understand that you're currently violating the Constitution? That you're currently following illegal orders? Are you aware?
Following illegal orders. This all comes from Mark Kelly. This is the harassment they want, the seditious Democrats. This right here should boil each and every one of you.
Aware of that fact, son? Where are you guys from? West Virginia? Or is that Arizona? That looks like an Arizona patch, huh? You guys are smart. You're not going to talk. Oh, fuck off, bitch. What are you?
I wish I was right there. I would just say, call me a bitch, please. Please, let's play ball.
Gonna do? What are you gonna? You can't tell me to back up. This is a public sidewalk. I am more than 3 feet away. Fuck off, bitch. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. I do. What's up? What's up? You flexing? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Sergeant? Oh, you have a deployment pass. You have a combat badge? Combat infantry? Combat infantry badge? Combat action badge? What do you got? Where'd you deploy to, Sergeant? You look a little young. You ever seen combat, son? Because I have. Tell me to back up on a public in front of Union Station. You really that dumb, motherfucker? You got plenty of space, man. You got over 3. What is it? 6 feet? Here, I'll give you a COVID balance there, bud. Where are you from? You're gonna talk to me. At least tell me where you're from. You guys realize you're violating the Constitution. Just by being here, it might not seem like much, but what you're doing is you're getting them used to federal troops deployed on our streets. And I know you think, oh, I'm just following orders, but when a captain and a...
I'm going to break into this for a minute. Man, this is honestly tough to watch. The things that these people, we see it all the time with ICE and everything else. Again, 2 of these people were just shot by a terrorist that Joe Biden let into the country. And then they got to deal with these people that are just really leeches of the Democrat Party. This is the foot soldiers of the Democrat Party. They love this. They did this to Trump supporters. They did this to all of us. Remember when we were wearing our MAGA hats? If you see them in a restaurant, you harass them, you get in their face. Remember all that? This is no different. And I wish, if anybody knows of a patriot group that's going to go to DC and literally defend people's right to National Guard right, military's right to walk through the country, I will be there and I will take one for the team. This is disgusting.
Staff sergeant have already refused those illegal orders, then they have set the precedent that you can do the same thing. So I'd like you to freaking reevaluate your life decisions and go ahead and fucking go home. Shame on you guys. You're violating the Constitution. Go home. Refuse your illegal orders. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Flex on me, bro. I have every right to stand here and talk to you. There is no law that says I can't be standing here on this public sidewalk. You want to do something, Sergeant? You go ahead and do that.
I just don't understand. What is the fear in Democrats for having a safer city? And I've thought about this a lot. And you know what it is Trump's policies are working. They don't want the American people to see that, oh my God, you can go to DC without all kind of bums and homeless people and all kind of vagrants everywhere. It's cleaned up. It's like you want to go to DC. How many times have we been to DC? 18 times in the last 6 years? Probably more than that when you think about going back and forth to West Virginia. We've been there probably over 200 times. Matt says, we got a Rumble rant from Matt. It says, I'm in, Josh. Let's go. I will be off for 2 weeks soon. Well, hey, maybe we can make something happen. Maybe we can make something happen. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm a little embarrassed that we got to go out together and you're wearing nickel loafers. So, Jay Lynn watching right now, could you give him a pair of like On Clouds or something foo-foo? I got On Clouds, something foo-foo, but just not penny loafers. I'll be honest, but that's exactly what this is. Same thing with the raids that are happening that ICE is doing. We went to New York. We've went and cleaned up. Do you know New York? I think it was New York City, and I failed to mention this to you. Had its longest streak without a shooting in like modern history. They went 2 weeks without a murder. Why aren't we hearing about that everywhere? Why aren't we hearing about that everywhere? And then here's another one. This was from Ford Fisher, News to Share. This is might be the same guy right here. Doing the same thing. He's recording, but now we got a face with a voice, I think.
Realize that you're violating the Constitution. You are fucking.
Hello, babe.
What's up? Oh, did I give him a promotion? You got me. What's that?
There's the officer. You're a
I mean, this is the Democrat Party. They're out there harassing our National Guard.
So you guys are aware you're violating the Constitution? Where are you from, Staff Sergeant?
Weren't you in the military?
I was 11 Bravo. I got out in 2011. I did fuck up my rank there. You got me there, but I was not a good soldier. I have a problem with authority, but apparently
Obviously.
you don't believe in the Constitution, but at least I believe in that. So where are you from, soldier? You ever fucking deployed? Oh, you've never deployed. So you're a staff sergeant, never deployed, who is now violating the Constitution.
Excuse us.
What's your deal? You don't believe in the Constitution? Is that what it is?
Why'd you get paid for this?
I don't get paid at all. I'm a volunteer. I do this for love of the Republic, unlike you. You come from some fucking state far away to come fucking betray your oath to the Constitution. It's funny to you, motherfucker? You piece of fucking shit. Never did a damn thing for this country, but you wear that uniform with pride. What's up, bitch? What's up?
Hi, how's it going?
What you got to say, motherfucker? What you got to say, you punk ass bitch?
You're harassing our
Fuck
soldiers
off.
afternoon.
I'm a combat infantry veteran. These fuckers ain't done shit.
Yeah, and I served for 30 fucking years.
So what? Yo, so you don't believe in the Constitution either, asshole?
That's exactly why they're out.
You're
Exactly
so
why you're out
fucking
there doing what
stupid.
you're doing.
You don't know nothing about the Constitution. You
I went to the, I think this guy went to the what am I going to say here? Jasmine Crockett School of Constitution. He is educated. Oh man, I hope, and Lord forgive me, I hope somebody cracks his ass. I really do. I really do. This is beyond sickening, man. This
are
is
so
beyond
full of
sickening.
shit.
They're not violating anything in the Constitution. And Trump has, just like the Supreme Court has ruled, executive power. He is the executor. Crazy. Speaking of craziness, Gavin Newsom, he's been all over the board. We cover it every day. I was sitting here thinking today, I told you earlier, Jasmine Crockett can win the Senate seat if we're not careful. And I tell you, Gavin could become the presidential nominee for the Democrats. It's going to be a little bit tougher. There is some more, I wouldn't say moderate Democrats, but more people that are relatable. Gavin Newsom has a lot he has to hide and cover up and lie about when it comes to the state of California, the fraud, the illegals, the $13.4 billion of taxpayer money going to illegal aliens. Even most Democrats, they have their extreme group, but there's still that group that considers themselves Democrat because I was born and raised a Democrat, even though I disagree with 90% of what I see right now from the Democrat Party. Listen to him. We had him say with Charlie Kirk, that it's unfair to have men and female sports, but we got to handle it a certain way. And yeah, some of this stuff is just too far gone. You know, the Latin X word in those terms. I've never used those. And then we go back and we find like 18 times that he used it just during COVID. And now listen to this.
We didn't get into trans sports. That's an issue no one wants to hear about because 80% of the people listening disagree with my position on this.
Now he says his position has changed. Listen to that. I didn't bring up the Charlie Kirk interview where he says, no, I agree with you on that. It's unfair. Something needs to happen. Listen to him.
But it comes from my heart. Not just my head. It wasn't a political evolution. It was
position being that
I don't think it's. I want to see trans kids. I have a trans godson. There's no governor that's signed more pro-trans legislation than I have, and no one has been a stronger advocate for the LGBTQ community.
So nobody has been a stronger advocate for the mutilation of children, the sterilization of children. That's his own words. You know what? Speaking of, I have to save this in my Gavin Newsom file. This is, let's see, bookmark to folder, Gavin Newsom. God, we got so much stuff. When he finally announces he's running, I might create a whole nother X account, True Californian or something, and just all the videos we've covered in California. What? Why would that be something you brag about? I mean, you have to read the room right now. Many Democrats are only doing this. I mean, you heard that text that was released from Ruben Gallegos talking about their party, how they're just so far out of touch and so far politically correct that nobody wants to be a Democrat anymore. They've lost all the young men, the athletes, the people that work out, the people that can do things. The only men they, quote, you can call them men, they have are the ones that can cross their legs like this, like Gavin Newsom. I'm telling you, this show's going to be on fire today, guys. On fire. How about this? Rep. Haley Stevens. Not familiar with Rep. Haley Stevens. She's trying to get a name. So the little people try to do this to try to get a name in the world. I'm going to be one of the front runners of the Democrat Party. So Rep. Haley Stevens say, today, I formally introduced articles of impeachment against RFK Jr. RFK has turned his back on science and the safety of the American people. Michiganders cannot take another day of his chaos. This is going to go far.
RFK Jr. has got to go. Today I introduced RFK Jr. has got to go.
Let me ask you, put a 1 if you've ever seen her before in your life. Put a 2 if this is the first time you've ever seen anything of her.
Introduced articles of impeachment to remove him from office. RFK Jr. has turned his back on science, on public health, and on the American people. Under his watch, families are less safe, healthcare costs are skyrocketing, and life-saving research, including right here in Michigan, is being gutted. RFK Jr. is the biggest self-created threat to our health and safety.
L. Ralphie put a 2 and said, and I'm from Michigan. They're all 2s going down here. This is how somebody puts their name out there. I'm going to do something really cool.
Safety. I cannot and I will not stand by while one man dismantles decades of medical progress. Enough is enough. And that is why I'm pushing to impeach RFK Jr., to hold him accountable, and to protect the health, safety, and future of every Michigander. Because our health, our science, and our future are worth fighting for.
Now, again, I've been doing politics. I read a lot. The name kind of sounds familiar, but to see that anything of any substance have ever been done, and this is what they do. This is how you say, listen, I'm going to get my name out there. Pick me, coach. Pick me. I'll be your next Jasmine Crockett. Not one person in there put a 1 up. This is the ridiculousness. This is almost hilarious. It reminds me of that one dude that talks funny that filed articles impeachment, I think on Hegseth just 2 days ago. Like nobody takes him serious. And Trump like 2 months ago. It's just crazy. And guys, it might be a little late, but I guess better late than never. The Federal Reserve just cut interest rates by a quarter point, lowering the interest rate from 3.5% to 3.75%. It should have been about 3 to 3.25 about 8 months ago, to be honest with you. That's why it too late, pal, is what Trump refers to him as. I want to show you this little video, and then I'll look really quick. I failed to look at stocks and see what they were doing. I don't think it's going to have much of an impact right now.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Although important federal government data for the past couple of months have yet to be released, available public and private sector data suggests that the outlook for employment and inflation has not changed as much since our meeting in October. Conditions in the labor market appear to be gradually cooling, and inflation remains somewhat elevated. In support of our goals, in light of the balance of risks to employment and inflation, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to lower our policy interest rate by a 0.25 percentage point. As a separate matter, we also decided to initiate purchases of shorter-term Treasury securities solely for the purpose of maintaining an ample supply of reserves over time, thus supporting effective control of our policy rate. I will have more to say about monetary policy and its implementation.
So anyways, we won't bore you with that 6 minutes and 44 seconds of a Democrat speaking. What a horrible pick. Again, I admit when Trump's done wrong. Picking him, big mistake. But let me actually look at that. Let me pull up. I always use Robinhood. So let me pull up Robinhood. Or let's see, stocks today. There it is. Yeah, stock futures are little changed after Dow rallies on Fed rate cut. Rallied a little, didn't do much. Some things went up, some things went down, but they were all based on mainly just big investors. What controls the market? Okay. So President Trump had a little briefing about the gold card. We're not going to get into that. We've explained the gold card 100 times, and there's so much more to get into right now. And some of his comments. Listen to what he says about the interest rate here, and he's true. It's true.
Lowest rates in the world, because all these countries that you see, with low rates, many of them are low because of us, because they suck so much money out of us. But that's not happening anymore. We should have the lowest rates in the world. And without us, none of them really exist as an economy. I mean, I can show you these really prime, really wonderful countries. They've had nothing but success. It's because they took so much out of the United States. I mean, it's one of those little problems. I want to see that when we do well, we're rewarded for doing well, not the way it's been for the last pretty long period of time.
So there you have it. He's stated that for a long time when all the other countries were lowering interest rates, allowing their investors to invest. People weren't holding on to money so long. When you have lower interest rates, a lot happens, and it costs us a lot less when it comes to our national debt and things that we have to refinance as a country. So good on Trump. Now, how about this one? United States has seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. Told you Trump wasn't playing around with this one. Told you he wasn't playing around with this one.
It's been an interesting day from the standpoint of news. As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening, so you'll be seeing that later, and you'll be talking about that later with some other people. Very excitingly for me and for the country, we've just launched.
So that was his briefing on that. And then Pam Bondi released a video and an explanation. But before I show you that, listen to, I love it. He was, we're going to show you a couple videos where he was just eating up and spitting out these reporters. Take a look at this.
In the seizure of this tanker, what happens to the oil on this ship? Well,
They ask what happens to the oil on the ship.
In the seizure of this tanker, what happens to the oil on this ship? Well, we keep it, I guess.
Where does it go? What does it go to?
Well, you have to follow the tanker. You know, you're a good newsman. Just follow the tanker.
Do you know where
Follow,
it's going? Was it going
follow
to
it.
China?
Get a helicopter and follow the tanker.
Is it true it's going to
But we're
Cuba?
gonna. I assume we're gonna keep the.
Mr. President.
I assume we're going to keep the oil. And he says, you're a good newsman. He goes, where does it go? And he goes, you're a good newsman. Just get a helicopter and follow the tanker. This guy is so done with the crap. How about this right here? Today, the Federal Bureau, this is from Attorney General Pam Bondi. I'll put it up on the screen and then we'll show you how this went down. Today, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, Homeland Security Investigations, and the United States Coast Guard, with support from the Department of War, executed a seizure warrant for a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela to Iran. For multiple years, the oil tanker has been sanctioned by the United States due to its involvement in illicit oil shipping networks supporting foreign terrorist organizations. This seizure, completed off the coast of Venezuela, was conducted safely and securely, and our investigation alongside the Department of Homeland Security to prevent the transport of sanctioned oil continues. Take a look at this. Imagine what your heart rate is about there if you're one of those fellas. So that was that. And the story will go on. Again, Trump is not messing around. It's Venezuela has been a thorn in our side for a long time. They don't want to do anything about the deaths of Americans. They want to keep supporting foreign terrorist organizations. Well, there's an FO moment when we continue to do this. And Trump is very strategic in what he does. That doesn't mean he puts troops on the ground. Just crazy, crazy. Adventure Papa, you did send an email. Let me double check that because I looked yesterday and I didn't see one. All I needed to know is which hat you wanted, either the Trump or the MAGA, and your address, and I'll get that shipped out. I won't get it shipped out. My shipping manager will. There it is. Gotcha. Okay, yes, I just need which hat you want and your address, and I'll get it shipped out tomorrow. It's past 5. It'll be past 5 when we're done with this live stream. And again, Adventure Prop, I thank you for your support. Thank you for being part of the community. We appreciate you all, and congrats. Trump also, listen to what else he's mentioned here. Talking about Colombia.
We have 3 countries sending drugs to the U.S., Mexico, Venezuela, and Colombia. And you talked to the president of Mexico, you already talked to Nicolas Maduro. Have you considered talking to the president of Colombia, who you called a drug leader?
No, I haven't really thought too much about it. Been fairly hostile to the United States, and I haven't given him a lot of thought. He's going to have himself some big problems if he doesn't wise up. Colombia is producing a lot of drugs. They have cocaine factories that they make cocaine, as you know, and they sell it right into the United States. So he better wise up, or he'll be next. He'll be next too. And I hope he's listening.
I hope he's listening. I want you guys to listen to this. Trump don't just say things to say things. Listen to this. Oh, hold on. We close that out. I hate when I do that. Let's close that and pull that back up. There we go. Look at his face when he says it.
He better wise up, or he'll be next. He'll be next too. And I hope he's listening. He's going to be next. Yes,
Mr. President.
Because we don't like people when they kill people. And they sell drugs. They kill them in the United States. And Colombia is a major manufacturer of drugs, meaning cocaine in particular, as you know.
Cocaine. So there was some other stuff that was said by Trump in this meeting. He goes after, again, they're talking about, Democrats. They're still simping. They're still supporting these criminal illegal aliens. They're still going to the ICE facilities to check on them while American citizens rot in jails and get mistreated and everything else. They don't care about the American citizens, just illegals. And now they've added to their, in their little pot of I have time to care for, drug smugglers on boats. So you hear about drug smugglers on boats. They need distractions. Take a listen to what he tells this reporter about why hasn't Hegseth released the video of the strike, and listen to him. This is just epic. Epic Trump.
Hasn't released the video of the second strike.
No, yeah. I thought that issue was dead. You're surprised you bring it up. You must be CNN.
Lawmakers are still
Are you
talking about it
CNN?
on the Hill.
Are you CNN?
I am with CNN.
Oh, gee, I'm shocked to find out.
But lawmakers are still talking about it on the Hill.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know about lawmakers. Which lawmakers you're talking about?
Most of the Democrats have been
Talking
talking about
Democrats?
trying to release
I
it.
mean, the people that you work for, the Democrats? You know you work for the Democrats, don't you? You're basically an arm of the Democrat Party. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I just love it. And I see some comments already. We haven't even covered the Erika stuff, but there seems to be people in there that want to believe anything from the lying Candace Owens, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Somebody that says she don't care about Trump, the midterms, or this country, as long as she gets the clicks and continues to make hundreds of thousands of dollars per episode, pissing on her old friend. We'll get into all that here in a little while. It's just absolutely disgusting that I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about people, probably more than with the Erika Kirk and the Charlie Kirk thing than I ever did about COVID. Some people just, I know it's hard to trust, and I said this other thing, but not everything's a conspiracy. Not everything has the military and President Trump. I mean, if you support President Trump, you obviously don't, because Candace Owens said Trump was involved as well as Erika. How about this? President Trump just knew the fake news. Now, we've been hearing stories about, now I didn't repeat any of these stories, because I knew they were fake, that Trump's going to get rid of Hegseth. He's going to get rid of them. They're standing on thin ice. Listen to Trump. I just love this.
No, we have a fantastic.
You're going to fire this one, or you're going to get rid of that one. Of all your cabinet members, who would you perceive as the most under attack?
Well, I think my cabinet is fantastic. I read the same stories that I'm unhappy with this one or that one, and I'm not. I think the cabinet's done a great job. I read a story that I was unhappy with Pete because he was attacking. I said, that's not exactly right. I would say very much the opposite. Pete Hegseth has been phenomenal. I read a story recently. I'm unhappy with Christie. I'm so happy with it. I mean, we have a closed border. We have a border that's the best border in the history of our country. Why would I be unhappy? She's fantastic, actually. No, we have a fantastic cabinet, really fantastic cabinet. I mean, Lutnick, I'll have to think about. No, can't have everything. Can't have everything. He's doing great. Well, Howard's done really well, and Scott's done really well. We have just a fantastic cabinet. I'll tell you who's doing a great job is Linda McMahon. We're bringing education back to the states.
Amen. Amen. Now, this is, I just love it because, again, the fake news is trying to stir chaos. And then I just really quick, Gigi, I'll refer to you. You obviously don't do your homework. I see you're using the same narratives as a lot of other people that don't know shit about what happened. Guess what? Gigi said, who sells shirts at a memorial? Vendors. That's who was selling shirts, not Charlie Kirk, not anybody else. I was at the memorial. There is more than 24 hours of video in Phoenix, Arizona during the memorial. It was people that go to Trump rallies. It was people that go everywhere else, and they sell shirts. Simple. Was Erika Kirk out there with her children selling shirts? You guys just blow my mind sometimes. You guys got too much time on the internet. I'm going to say it now. And we're going to get into all this because anybody that's trying to destroy the MAGA movement, and that's exactly what Gigi is trying to do with the questions with no proof behind it and saying false statements. If it's absolutely false and you're just on the internet to do it, go do it in another chat because you're wrong. How about this? President Trump just exposed Ukraine's massive corruption problem, says it's time for elections. They do have a massive corruption situation going on there. Now, we know Democrats, Trump's going to stay in power. Trump's going to stay in office. He's not going to allow a fair election. And when Trump says, what about Ukraine? What about Zelensky? Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. Martial law. Take a listen to this.
But it takes two to tango. And I do say, you know, at what point, when do they have an election in Ukraine? That's not casting dispersions on anybody, but they do have a massive corruption situation going on there. And they do say, you know, when are they, people are asking this question, when do they have an election? Are they going to have an election? Or are they going to just keep it going like this? So I think it's time to get that war settled. And I think it's a war that can be settled. But it takes two to tango.
Let's have an election. Let's have an election. He's an unelected president. How about this? We're going to get into some bottom line stuff. You know what? I'm going to skip that one today. Speaking of all the crazies going on with Charlie Kirk and all the people that celebrated his death, and really it's just been antagonized by people that question and take the side of somebody like a grifter like Candace Owens, who has no facts, who lies to her audience, gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then when she gets a super chat, tells people, oh, you just saved me from bankruptcy. Thanks for that generous donation. You're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're a millionaire. What is this about? It's about clicks, and there's a lot of them out there. But check this out. This is sickening. Nobody was charged for this. Conservative residents in Erie, Colorado received threatening letters mocking the death of Charlie Kirk that contained loose, powdery substance, along with empty packets of gushers. An Erie resident reportedly admitted to sending the letters and targeting conservatives, but no charges were filed against him. Officials claimed that no statutes were broken. Sorry for the loss of your savior. Please enjoy some of Charlie's favorite candies for your next circle, Kirk. All the candy leaked out before we could get in the ambulance or envelope. These are some sick and disgusting people. Sick and disgusting people. I just want to go through somebody's day, and we've seen a lot. Like I just said, people have too much time on the damn internet. What kind of time and evilness do you have to have on your, I'm going to pull this up right here, a little bigger, to have in your day to go buy a pack of gushers, do a card, print this little thing out, cut it, because it doesn't print out at 1 inch by 9 inches. You have to cut it like that. Put all this effort and send them to supporters of Charlie Kirk. Who? I would put more money than not that this person don't use the correct restroom. And I'll leave it at that. All right, so Erika Kirk, after months of fake news, false stories, finally comes out and breaks her silence. And we'll see how honest, pretty much without saying her name, says this needs to stop. Candace Owens and many other grifters grifting off Candace Owens, resharing and then doing their little documentary on Candace Owens videos. It's just sickening. It is. It's just sickening. But there's people, and we talk about it all the time, there's people that give a shit less about how this country's going. They complain, they claim they're MAGA, and all they want is drama. You remember the People's Convoy. You remember the 1776. Remember those people in our chat that were Oreo Army until the drama stopped. And then when it came to politics and what you can do and who you need to call in your communities to do things, they drop off. Well, it's the same thing here. I want to play this out right here. Take a listen to this.
From the perspective of a grieving widow, a mom, and a battle-tested American. Good to see you again today. Talk to me about this part of the conspiracies that are out there, this disturbing part that people are trying to guess where Charlie is.
Can I have one thing? Can I have...
Hold on, Gigi. I'll just address you really quick. Fed slop. What was the Fed slop? That his crew picked up the cameras and the SD cards? Wow, if I was at an event, that's the first thing my crew would do. What else? What else do you have? Where's the slop? You don't think that somebody can just get a rifle and shoot somebody? There might be other people involved, but Candace Owens is saying TPUSA is covering it up, which means Erika Kirk is covering up her husband's murder. If you're that demented, go pick up a Bible and start reading. Maybe listen to Erika right now. Maybe she'll set you straight.
One thing. Can my children have one thing? Everything was public.
Gigi don't care about your kids. She cares about the drama.
We will be building the most beautiful memorial for my husband at Turning Point USA, and it will be for the world to see, and it will be spectacular, and it will have basically museum style for our Charlie, for my Charlie. But can I have one thing? Can my babies have one thing where we hold it sacred, where my husband is laid to rest, where I don't have to be worried about some...
No, because Candace Owens don't want your husband to be laid at rest. He doesn't want it to be private where he's buried because she wants people to go deface and destroy the memorial. Just like the left has destroyed his life.
Secular revolutionary coming and destroying my husband's grave while my daughter is sitting there praying. One thing, this is my husband. Yes, he was Charlie Kirk to the world, and I know so many people love my husband, and I am grateful for that. But this is my husband, and I want to be able to have one thing left that is sacred to our family, to my in-laws, to my babies, and to my parents. One thing.
What are they taking from you right now?
Nothing. But
Nothing.
I will tell you what they are doing. It reminds me so much of chapter 6 in the book of Nehemiah.
Oh, amen.
He is building a wall, and the townspeople are at the base of that hill saying, Nehemiah, calling him all these names, saying all these things, come on down. Every single time he had the same message 4 times in a row. I cannot come down. I am busy building. That is how I feel. I do not have time to address the noise. My silence does not mean that I am complacent. My silence does not mean that somehow Turning Point USA and all of the handpicked staff that loved my husband and my husband loved them is somehow in on it. We are busy building. And you know what I thought? I thought these people are human. We are all grieving in our own way. And they are trying to find the answer to something that happened that was so evil. They are trying.
She's much nicer than I could have ever been.
So hard. And I get that. We're doing the same. Anytime we hear a lead or anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. Please dig into this. No rock will be unturned. I want justice for my husband, for myself, for my family, more than anyone else out there. So for me, you want to keep telling me to come down while we're building? I don't have time for that. But here's my breaking point on that. Come after me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want, go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars every single episode.
So here, I just want you to listen. She's calling out Candace right now. Stop going after these people. They're my family. They're the people that's keeping my business running, keeping Charlie's business running. Listen, because we got a clip to see how truthful the grifter is.
Going after the people that I love because somehow they're in on this. No.
You know, I have to say it. I've never seen you like this.
No, this is righteous anger because this is not okay. It's not healthy. This is a mind virus. Yes, I believe.
Amen. It's a mind virus. I think it's a mental illness. I really do. We talked about it last week, the clicks and how addictive they are for some people. It's a dopamine hit.
Even our judicial system. I do. We have a hell of a team working on this. Excuse my French. But this is not okay.
So you want to put these people back in the box?
Gigi, guess what? You won't be in chat. It's nothing to do with Christians bullying folks. Quit playing the victim. You are a leftist. You can call yourself not a plant, but whenever you play poor me, if you can't take it, shut up and get out of the chat. It's that simple. You are miserable and you're looking for something to latch onto. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. This right here is a heroic woman, a strong woman, somebody that's grieving the death of her husband, the father of her children. And sitting on your couch, you would never know what it's like to go do our job and go on the front lines, the death threats and everything else we face on a regular basis. And then for many years, the FBI not even caring or doing anything about it. So
that's where they've been creeping from.
I don't care what box you're in. But just know that your words are very powerful and we are human. My team are not machines and they're not robots. They are human. We have more death threats on our team and our side than I have ever seen. I have kidnapping threats. You name it, we have it. And my poor team is exhausted. And every time they bring this back up, what are we supposed to do? Relive that trauma all over again? They watched my husband get murdered. I have no idea how I would have reacted if I was there that day. And thank the good Lord that I did not have to see that happen. But my team, they are rocked to the core. So why every single day do they have to be dragged through the mud, analyzed, hyper-analyzed?
You know, the conspiracies that are out there, all of the like. Do you think that there is more of it now because you do shine your light? I mean, did people just expect you would just go away?
That's what they wanted. And that is what's frustrating. Turning Point USA is the largest conservative movement we've ever had, especially affecting the most important, the younger generation. And it's just amazing. It's just amazing to see people that literally have spent so much time in their basement. Everything's just a conspiracy. Oh my God, she killed her husband. It's like, we say it all the time. Make insane asylums great again. And we're going to get into a little bit more here. We're going to get into a little bit more. I told you we're going to be rocking this show. But it's sickening and sad to have to hear a mother say this. And again, I can speak more than I can speak more than almost anybody I know when it comes out to actually being on the front lines for 10 years, going out to these places with the same violent people that support ripping off penises from little kids, which always seems to be somewhere in the narrative of when we have a shooting, whether it's a Catholic school, whether it's one of these things. And it was so amazing because all the people that instantly on day one were going against this, I might have them all bookmarked because I was laughing at them. Many of them claim to be gun nuts too. Oh, you can't shoot this gun from that distance. Are you kidding me? Caden's 4 and I can get him to do that shot in 2 years. By 6 years old. A scope on a rifle. And it's just sickening. I mean, this whole thing, making these people relive this every day. And then that people's brain are so inundated with lies. We've seen it for a long time. I've called it out with my friends even. And I said, listen, I had friends, Trump's in office. He's still the president during Biden. I'm like, no, he's not. Please stop listening to that. And I get it. They want hope. They want things to happen. No. They're trying to destroy Trump. If it wasn't for all these prayers and MAGA getting out, you understand where we would be right now? Trump would be in jail. We can't continue to go on and listen to these people that everything is breaking news. I try not to do that here. I try to just bring you facts, reality, and if there's some things that we're curious about, we talk about it. But it's absolutely disgusting. And I want to go up to this right here. Let's listen to what Grifter said. Because she said, I want this to stop.
Say this like I am on the...
That's what Erika Kirk just said. She wanted it to stop. What did Candace Owens say? Because I'm sure Candace Owens is an honest person, right? Let's see.
Trying to figure out what happened on that day. I'm not going to stop unless Erika Kirk asks me to stop, as I have said, or my father, or my husband asks me to stop, because truth matters. And
so Erika Kirk just asked you to stop. So that's the only way you're going to stop. So it should be over, right? Because she's an honest person. It isn't about the clicks. It isn't about the hundreds of thousands of dollars per episode. So, real Candace Owens did something today? Let's see what she says. And let's see if it's about her. I think she was mentioning me. Let's see what this is really about.
Okay, super fun show today. You're probably seeing the clips, but Erika has gone off on conspiracy theorists. Obviously, every journalist out there is emailing me because it's about me.
So you know it's about you. So you're going to stop, right? That's what you just said. If Erika asks.
Indirect, but it's also about me. And don't worry, in case you think it's not about me, she is going to name check me on stage with Barry Weiss on Saturday. How do we know? Because our mommy sleuths be everywhere. And they recorded the town hall today. And as soon as the town hall concluded, we got a flutter of emails. And what she says about the Egyptian planes, I'm sorry, not going to lie, it's a little suspicious. It's weird. It's a weird response. So look, we got.
I'm confused. Are you guys confused? I am, because she said we were done. All she has to do is ask me to stop. Kind of interesting. She loves that it's about her. This person. I'm going to say it. Pissant. Adderall princess. Me. It's all about that click. And if I ever get there, stop watching me. If I ever turn into one of those people. Because this show's never been about me. It's been about you guys. It's been your show. And this is disgusting. Let me see if I can find this other clip really quick. Remember, Candace said, you tell me to quit, I'm going to quit. See if this one pops up. I don't know if it will. So let's just show you more of the grift.
Our Mary Yvette writes, Candace Security Fund. You know what? I actually said to my husband, like, we need to actually build our own security. We do from the ground up. Like, we just need to build our own security and know who these people are and know everyone. And because this Brian Harpole thing has given me a chill and this Dan Flood stuff has given me a chill. And maybe we will actually accept that offer and start a fund in the coming days or, you know, in the coming weeks. I don't know how long it would take to put it together. I will run that to my husband.
More way to raise money. Let's see. How many times has she thrown Trump under the bus recently? But I'm looking for this special one. I should have bookmarked it the other day. But she's literally sitting there. And sitting there the other day on a live stream, someone gave her a very generous donation. She said, that will, let me see if I can pull it up. That will, you're saving me from bankruptcy. Let me tell you. Again, these people, I don't know how they get big. Maybe it takes a lot of money to get big. Maybe if I had a lot of money, we'd be a lot bigger, right? But these people are millionaires. They don't live like the average American. They don't have to worry about, oh, grocery prices are up 3%. Gas is $5. Never affects them. I don't know how people are stupid for falling for all this stuff. I hope she gets sued for some of the stuff she's saying. I don't know why we don't do that more. Let me see what else pulled up. What else did I have after this? And there's so many people trying to get in on this. It is a cash cow. I want to be honest with you. It is a cash cow for certain people. People that their audiences love the drama, loves all that. Not for me. Not for me. I want to talk about it. I want to sell you how I feel. You have a difference of opinion. That's fine. But when you're putting lies out there like Gigi did, who sells shirts at a memorial? Vendors. That's who sells shirts at the monster truck. Vendors. I mean, you have to be a special type of retard to not go back and look at actual live streams like ours that were actually there. I mean, maybe it's GG Walls. Maybe it's GG Walls. I don't know. But you just keep spitting information. It's just like a liberal. CNN tells you this. Just believe it. Put it out there. Let me see. I wanted to show you this one. I don't think I'm going to find it. But this woman has had I remember someone asked me about her, not on the air, but a while back. And I just said, I got a really bad feeling about her. Something about her. She says some good stuff, but that's what they do. But when it comes over to everything else, it's all a grift, man. Let's see what else. How about this? Do you guys know this? In 2016, Candace Owens stopped paying rent at her $3,550 per month luxury apartment. We can all afford $4,000 a month for a luxury apartment. Eviction took 6 months. Then she sued the landlord, saying that the apartment caused systemic yeast infections and 14 other ailments. She lost and was ordered to pay $21,000 plus legal expenses. Take a look at this. This is the kind of people like, just because people jumped onto MAGA don't mean they're not the same libtards they've always been. It caused coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath, GI complication, eczema. I mean, this person has been a con artist for a very long time, and she's done a very good job at fooling a lot of people and getting I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have a fringe element of support. But I see 5 times more than all you. I've called it out. I said, I'm not going to put names out there. I could do a show where we're getting 700,000, 800,000 of viewers a show by calling out these people that what I used to feel some of my work with in the past. And I'm not going to put out a name, but they get Candace Owens' video. And did you see this? This is what's going on here. Oh my gosh, Trump's involved, this and this. And then all of a sudden, they go from getting like 6,000 impressions, 5,000 impressions on X to 150, 200,000. And they see that and they're like, oh, that's money. That's money. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And it's just insane. It's just insane. You want to hear some great news? America Fest is coming up. And by the way, I forgot to tell you, if anybody's going to America Fest, I did get a text from our great patriots up north, and you can reach out to me if you plan on going and don't have a place to stay. It's in Phoenix. Let's see. It says, do you know of anyone going to AmFest? A friend is trying to sell their resort tickets 4 nights because they have a family member in the hospital. The resort sleeps 6, $800, 2 bedrooms and a pull-out couch, full kitchen, 2 bathrooms, and a balcony. Man. I didn't plan on going to AmFest this year. It's always too close to Christmas. We got our press passes 2 years ago. My mom passed away. I couldn't leave because obviously my mom's funeral and everything that was going on. But how about this? I was wearing this hat, or actually the white one, in Target last week, and this woman comes up. We were looking at Fresno State clothes and stuff, and I tell Rach, I go, no, we're looking for a youth small for Caden. And she goes, oh, you know what? Head over to Save Mart. Save Mart got some for like $15 and this and that. She goes, by the way, I love your hat. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she's like, I'm going. I go, are you? And she starts talking about going to AmFest, and she's just stoked. But take a look at this. As much as they're trying to destroy us, good will prevail. When I say this is a battle about good and evil, Candace Owens is the evil. I'm just going to tell you that. Take a listen to this.
An exciting event happening next week. If you've never been, America Fest is something. It is the last event Turning Point USA holds in the year. Tens of thousands of students come together. It is so special. It's so electric, celebrating the principles that make this country great. Conservatism, Christianity, and so much. And I'll be there. I'm so excited. December 20th, Saturday in America. We'll broadcast from there. So tune in 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time. You won't want to miss it. Erica, I'm so excited to come. We have Andrew Colvett, Greg Laurie. We'll have students from Turning Point USA on. What should we expect?
It's going to be massive. We sold out within hours.
Within hours, folks, this was sold out. Within hours.
So we are at max capacity. We have students, families, the best of the best in the industry that are going to be there pouring into everyone. I really want this moment and this AmFest.
Listen to what it's going to be about. And this is another reason why the evildoers want to stop what Turning Point is doing. Listen.
To be about honoring God.
Honoring God. Battle of good versus evil.
Honoring our country, coming together as a party, being able to celebrate what Charlie stood for, freedom, love of country, love of being able for people to understand the importance of rest, how we are human. being able to just be there for one another. It's going to be powerful. It always is. But this one will be extra special because it will have Charlie all woven throughout it.
And the students, one thing that I find neat is growing up being a conservative on a campus, you just didn't have an outlet. And these kids come together and they're so excited just to be among like-minded patriots.
It's awesome. We have student lounges specifically for students so they can meet up with other people from across the country that are a part of their chapter or other chapters. We're also going to have we even have a mother's lounge for moms to be there. There's a lot of moms that come that nurse their babies. This is all family. Literally all family. You just finished Hanukkah and people are going into Christmas. Like, this is all about the joy and the spirit of America and our Lord. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited.
Well, it is always electric. It starts next week, America Fest. It's out in Arizona. We will be broadcasting it all across here on Fox Nation. So tune in on Fox News. We will bring you.
And we'll be bringing you highlights of that. Sold out within hours. And that's what that reminded me of the lady at Target. She's like, yeah, everybody's still trying to get tickets and they sold out. We got lucky and got ours. So good for them on going and supporting, putting God first. And then President Trump put this out there, and Charlie Kirk's final book is being released. And listen to what it's about. And I want to talk about this a little because it's something I told you I need to work on. It says 1 month before a monster took him away from us, the great Charlie Kirk finished his final book. Stop in the name of God, why honoring the Sabbath will transform your life. As Charlie often said, if I'm to be known for anything, I want to be known for being courageous for my faith. Charlie cared deeply about God and country, and in this powerful book, his wisdom, courage, and conviction inspires us all to turn to God for guidance against the evil in this world, which we too can overcome. So help us God. Get your copy today at 45books.com or anywhere else they are sold. We played a lot, but if you listen to Charlie Kirk, one thing that was important to him was putting that phone away. Some people need to do that, as we've seen today in the chats, getting off the internet. This is something I need to work on better, is just because I do a lot of prepping, even though I'm not live. I do, after this show, I'll do about an hour and a half to 2 hours of prepping for tomorrow, if not more. And then I wake up, I prep, set up the show. And I could tell you, it's why I tell you I hate my phone. Both my phones are on silent right now. And they stay on silent a lot of times. And then I look, oh, shoot, got a text here. But that old saying, go touch grass, get back to reality. I'm going to read this book. I can't wait. I'm going to read this book. It's going to be epic. So again, we'll probably be touching on this more. I know there's other people now. Nick Fuentes is in this Candace Owen things. And more and more people are at least calling out Candace for her grifting. And again, you do what you want to do. You believe what you want to do. Always question everything. Never believe me. I always say that. I want to tell you what my feelings are, what my experience out on the road has brought me, my experience being at a lot of these events, my experience seeing a lot of people that seem to be really good at one point and they're gone now, are they're detractors. So, and again, we'll probably cover 5 days. So it's Monday, right? Let's see, 11, 12, 13. On the 15th, Turning Point is doing that thing where they're going to clarify a lot, and maybe we can cover some of that and we'll talk about it. So just a heads up, it's not going anywhere. It's, again, this is when Trump would say hoax. It's a hoax. Not everything going on, the people involved and what they're doing. There's no righteous reason for why these people are doing this. How about this? We're going to talk about healthcare. Check out this guy right here, Tim. Listen to what Tim has to say. And then we're going to get into some truth.
Care has arrived, and it is dangerous, and it is deadly. I hear it every single day. back in Delaware. Dave, a constituent of mine in Newcastle, pays $350 a month right now for his wife's marketplace plan. Next year, without the ACA tax credits, those premiums will jump to $1,200 a month. Without this tax credit,
it's not a tax credit, it's a subsidy. They give the money to insurance companies, the heads of insurance companies. Listen, that's the truth. And this was their plan that is now collapsing on itself. It was supposed to make insurance cheaper, remember?
will lose their coverage that is keeping his wife alive. People like Dave are doing everything right, but Republicans in Congress continue to fail them. People deserve so much better than what congressional Republicans and Donald Trump have offered them. I ran for office after my experience as a caregiver to my husband during his battle with terminal cancer. And I simply do not believe that in the wealthiest nation on earth, any American should have to go without the health care that they need to live and thrive.
That was from the House Democrats. Well, did you guys know, we talked about it a little and we got two clips that, what was it? The GAO, a government watchdog group, set up a number of fake accounts and discovered that 90% of Obamacare subsidies were actually granted without any documentation. No social security number, no income verification. And actually, Tim McBride, the one that was just talking, was called out on this. And again, they don't want the truth out there, but it's getting out. This whole thing is backfiring on Democrats. Take a listen to this.
Government watchdog group set up a number of fake accounts and discovered that 90% of Obamacare subsidies were actually granted without any documentation, no social security number, no income verification. What do you make of this? And why do you guys want to continue to extend a program that's clearly failed the American people, especially for another 3 years?
Well, I don't think the American people think that it's failed the American people, and that study, quote unquote, sounds like bullshit.
The study sounds like bullshit. That's my answer. Because guess what? We don't care if we may waste taxpayers' monies because we got NGOs and other groups that are profiting.
Well, it's right here. I actually have it.
Yeah, but it sounds like a bullshit study, not a bullshit methodology.
So because it sounds like BS, you just say that it's no good? I mean, I can show you it right here. New York Times reported on it.
Sounds like the methodology is pretty questionable.
All right, well, it's right here. Obamacare subsidies granted without documentation, 90% fraud rate.
That's a 90, first of all, that's not what that says, and you can mischaracterize what a report says, but that's not what it says. It does not say that there's a 90% fraud rate.
90% of fake accounts set up by government watchdog.
That's
Speaker Johnson and Thune have been sounding the alarm on this for the last couple of days ever since it was discovered. Any response to them talking about it?
Well, first of all, if they want to work with us and add in measures around verification for the ACA tax credits, we're ready to negotiate. But Mike Johnson has been nowhere to be seen when it comes to negotiating a path forward on this healthcare crisis, including skyrocketing premiums because of the expiration of the ACA tax credits.
So you guys are dead set on the 3 years. I mean, would you come to a compromise if it was 2 years, 1 year?
We've said that we are willing to work with anyone who's willing to seriously come to the table.
Anyone, because that's how desperate they are to give illegal aliens and all these people. They want single payer healthcare. They don't want you to be able to get your own doctor. They want to remember that you can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan. It was all fake, a phony, and a fraud, just like it is today.
Good faith to extend the ACA tax credits. Our proposal, which is 4 signatures away from a discharge petition being successful to force a vote, is 3 years. But there are other proposals on the table. Again, leadership needs to actually come to the table, be serious, and negotiate. Government requires compromise, but Republicans are nowhere to be found.
Compromise. They love that word when it has to do with Republicans. Where have they compromised for the American values? Immigration? Nope. They don't care if they're criminals or not. They don't want them deported. They're going to be going to the ICE facilities, checking on drug dealers, rapists, murderers. That's compromise, right? Listen to this. I think I got one more up here, and then we'll get into some other things. Let's see, where'd it go? How about this?
The ugly, ugly truth. They tested the ACA.
And right now, the Nonpartisan Government Accountability Office has revealed the ugly, ugly truth. They tested the ACA, and the ACA failed. The GAO created fake applicants. Get this. They created fake applicants using fictitious identities, missing documents, and questionable personal information. The system approved them all anyway. These imaginary enrollees received tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars month after month, even though they didn't exist. No verified identity, no proof of citizenship, no income documentation, nothing.
Government Accountability Office, the GAO, isn't MAGA, by the way. I don't agree with a lot of stuff that they even come out with, but more and more proof exactly what we're saying. Again, tens of thousands of dollars. Now, these people never seen the doctor, so you know where that money went? To the insurance company. They never had to spend a dime on any of this. You think they want to stop that? It says Jim Jordan put this out. Barack Obama, Democrat, created Obamacare. Democrats promised it would make healthcare more affordable. It didn't. It made it worse. Now Democrats are trying to blame Republicans for their mistakes. I wonder what the hell's wrong with this thing. Sorry, my sound. Let me pull something up really quick because I have something and there it is. All right. For some reason, our sound deck went down. Maybe that was some of the problems from the other day. But you guys remember what we were dealing with. All the lies from Obama, Pelosi. I wonder if I have Pelosi still on here. I don't know if I do. I would have to. Let's see. Sound bites, final clapping. Yeah, I don't think I do. I got to go back through this and get rid of some of these. I still have Teledope on here. Teledope was being a dipwad.
You are fake news.
Oh, it's working. More on the healthcare debacle. Let's listen to this as Rep. Brandon Gill. Questions they're having. They're talking a lot about Obamacare. This is what we
primarily
needed.
because of the regulatory.
I'm going to tell you. Here's where my stance is on this. First off, Democrats win either way. Any way we go about this, it's a loss because we have supplemented insurance companies so much that there is no just cutting it off or it would destroy your health care and everybody else's. I'm just being honest. That's why still government paid health care, even what Trump is saying right now, we'll just send the money from the health insurance companies to the people. I don't necessarily, it's better than what we got now. Don't get me wrong. I'm just being a realist with you. That still doesn't help lower cost of insurance. It's still subsidized, right? We're still taking from the makers and giving to the takers. What we need is affordable health care. And after 11 years of Obamacare, that's really not in reach right now. We talked about what Rand Paul had, where you can go to Costco or a Sam's Club, and they're negotiating for 44 million people, as Rand Paul would say. And so just like a small business, if you work at a business with 12 to 15 people, your monthly, let's say you and a family of 4, your monthly cost, are you a wife and 2 children, family of 4, let's say your premium monthly for a mediocre insurance policy is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood $850. Boost that company up to 15,000 employees, the big companies. That going to be $350 to $400. Again, there's power behind numbers when you're trying to purchase something. Listen to Mr. Gill, and again, Democrats are trying to hide the fact that Obamacare is a failure.
It was sold to the American people as a program that would drive down premiums. I think the number that was thrown out by President Obama at the time was dollars. Has that promise come to fruition?
No, it has not, Congressman. And premiums on individual health insurance policies on the marketplaces and the exchanges more than doubled in the law's first 4 years, and that's primarily because of the regulatory mandates that the law imposed. And premiums have continued to increase substantially, and they continue to increase substantially more so on the exchanges than for employer-sponsored coverage.
So you would say that Obamacare didn't slow the growth of premiums in any meaningful way?
I think, if anything, quite the contrary. I mean, Senator Welch, I believe, last month admitted on the Senate floor that the law failed to reduce costs. But more than that, I think it's accelerated the cost growth because of the consolidation that has come about in terms of hospital mergers, insurers buying PBMs, et cetera, et cetera.
We need to eliminate PBMs too. There's so many people that get a cut out of all this. I remember all the middlemen when when I graduated, and my buddies all smoked pot. It was illegal back then, and it was all about who could get the best stuff. And then we would hear about the middle guy. Well, I'm getting this for 40. I'm getting this for 50. So I'm just gonna say it in terms that RW could understand for this. You buy an ounce of weed, and it was dirt weed. Mexico, called diesel because it smelled like diesel gasoline because it was coming in through the southern border in diesel trucks. And it goes to this guy. This guy's selling it for $30 an ounce to everybody. Then it goes to the next guy. He's buying a decent amount. He's buying a pound, quarter pound, and he's selling it for $40 an ounce. Then it goes to a lower guy, and he's selling it for $50. And then by the time it gets to you, it's $60 an ounce because so many middlemen. That's what we need to eliminate in this. RW, I think you got it now. We don't need all this. We need direct, like they always say, direct to consumer pricing. That's what we need. Let me see. I was going to see if Adventure Papa emailed because I got a surprise. I might have a surprise for you all that are looking for a hat. Whichever one he didn't choose. There's more of this, though. Listen to him. I mean, Democrats are just taking an absolute beating, and they're coming out. Dollar store Obama's like, we need subsidies. I'm just sick of it. And I know that was a great impression. I know. I won't quit my day job. Hold on.
Straight. Let me set the record straight. Obamacare is a complete failure. We are a decade and a half into the so-called Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, a bill that was promised to the American people as a solution to lower healthcare spending. But patients have not been protected, and healthcare certainly has not become more affordable. Since Obamacare was fully implemented in 2014, healthcare premiums have risen 129%, over 3 times the rate of inflation during the same period.
Listen to that. Man, we could do a whole show on Obamacare because that's kind of one of the things that got me really interested in politics. Was again, I was a purchasing manager for a company, so I worked with our HR group and our CFO to negotiate on different plans with like Aetna and Blue Cross and Kaiser, and I told you all about it. I'm not going to bore you to death. And I remember how badly that hurt people and hurt people that didn't want insurance. We were forced to provide them insurance. And they were already getting insurance on a government program, if you will, because they were low income. Maybe a guy with 5 kids, his wife doesn't work. He's only making $16 an hour out on the production floor. And so he qualified for everything. But now the company was forced to give him. And then so what they did is they paid 75% of my premium and 50% of my family. So they said, well, we're going to cover we'll cover you, Josh, but we're just not going to cover the family. This is a decision we have to make because this is the law now. So many bad things went. And again, for a very long time, we just kept flooding it. Even under Trump's first term, we didn't do anything about it. Good old John McCain screwed us over. If John McCain wasn't such a lousy piece of trash for the healthcare system. He did it to spite Donald Trump, no other reason. Listen to this right here. Senator Eric Schmidt, listen to what he has to say.
The decision this week was to put forward a proposal that put consumers in charge and lower costs. That's really what's driving all this. Is Obamacare now for the better part of a decade and beyond has just jacked up prices every single year. So all the premium increases are from Democrat healthcare proposals that they passed through purely partisan votes. So I do think that we should take action on it, and I don't think we're going to get any support from Democrats because they're just doubling down on stupid with Obamacare.
Doubling down on stupid. Would you all agree? Would you all agree? And I think we had a donation a minute ago. I want to say thank you to Mikey Ray. I just read Tiger Jaw. It says, snowy Wednesday night. Hey, don't let Matt know. Matt, I don't know. Matt's probably already asleep right now. It's like, I don't know, a little after 5 there in Indiana. And Tiger Jaw says, I miss Gigi. Not really. I'm sorry. You know me. I'm going to go off. It might offend some of you, but you get what you get with me. And when they start putting out lies, like one of the lies that Gigi put in that, like Erika Kirk was outside of Turning Point USA selling shirts to make money. You know what? She's doing everything. And I hope she is making $10 billion a day. I hope she can use his death for a positive thing and grow Turning Point and have God first. If we can do that, that's why the evil's coming out, folks. I knew it. I sensed it from the beginning. Listen to what Speaker Johnson also spoke on all those fraudulent claims. Again, the GAO, the Government Accountability Office, went in and created all these fake accounts. Got approved. The money gets sent to the insurance company. Your tax dollars. Your tax dollars. Take a listen to this.
Report by the Government Accountability Office, which I haven't seen too much written about yet. You should look into that. It is an eye-opener as well. It makes clear why it would be a dereliction of duty to just extend subsidies without massive reforms to them. Okay, over the last 2 years, this is investigators at the Government Accountability Office. Okay, they submitted 24 fraudulent applications for the ACA subsidies, the Unaffordable Care Act subsidies, Obamacare. Okay. Of the 24 fraudulent applications that they created intentionally to just see what would happen, 23 of them were approved. These applications were completely fraudulent. The investigators did not submit any Social Security numbers, citizenship documentation, or reported income documents. And 23 of the 24 applications were still approved. 18 of those, by the way, are still receiving coverages. They were as of September of this year. That means the Obamacare exchange and insurers didn't verify any of the information they're supposed to under the law, and they proceeded to pay tens of thousands of dollars to insurance companies for people who do not exist. Okay? The GAO report also found that 29,000 Social Security numbers in 2023 and 68,000 in 2024 were used to receive more than 1 year's worth of insurance coverage. In other words, multiple people were utilizing the same Social Security numbers to openly defraud the American taxpayers.
Now, if this was a business, if the government was ran by a business, they would shut it down today. There wouldn't be talking about it. There wouldn't be meeting in the middle of the aisle. There wouldn't be anything else. This is fraudulent. This is insane, guys. Absolutely insane. So we'll talk about that. It's going to be a big talk again as the Affordable Care Act subsidies, taxpayer-funded subsidies expire. And again, I want affordable insurance. I don't think I've always been this way that unless you are not able, like we got to take care of our seniors. We got to take care of people that have true disabilities. I'm not talking to people that fly some flag outside of City Hall. I know that's a disability, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about true disabilities. And then the rest, we need to say, hey, whoa. Why do we keep paying for all this stuff for you? You need to put in. You need to put in. There needs to be some type of work program, something. How about this? Oh, another illegal alien. And of course, Uber hired him. Take a listen to this. Hold on. Let me refresh this one. Been sitting there since the last show.
A South Florida Uber driver has been arrested after being accused of inappropriately touching a teenage passenger. According to this arrest report, this happened on Sunday when that teen ordered an Uber via the Uber Teens app for a ride from Aventura to Sunny Isles Beach. She was picked up by 39-year-old Jose Miguel Perez Molina, who matched the description on the Uber app and gave her the correct PIN. That's when the report says he started making inappropriate comments, even caressing her knee. Perez Molina was arrested and is expected to face a judge today. A South Florida Uber driver has been arrested after being accused.
I don't believe it. I don't. Where's Gigi? Is Gigi in there? Gigi. He didn't do that. You know that. He was too busy doing things that, hardworking people do. How about this? ICE targets illegals in Twin Cities. I just want to show you this quick 1-minute clip. It's not slowing down. It's not stopping. And we got something about Tom Homan and maybe investigating Ilhan Omar.
Assaulted the police officer, even attempted to choke him, steal his weapon. Now, he was picked up, he was arrested, but then released before ICE could file a detainer. So yesterday, they had to put together a big special response team and go into the north side of Minneapolis to get him.
If there was no sanctuary policies in a city like Minneapolis and St. Paul, we'd be able to get him at the jail. But because they have those policies, we have to go look for him at their house. And when we go to their house, we're going to arrest anybody that's illegal in that house.
Amen.
And that's what they did. 2 more guys ICE says are in the U.S. illegally were found in that house. They were swept up in the raid. People in the neighborhood started waking up and blowing whistles. That drew a small crowd of protesters. And one of the protesters put her hands on the ICE agent, a little bit of a shove, if you will, trying to get through the perimeter. That was enough for her to be zip-tied and taken into federal custody. All of it instead of handing this individual over in the jail.
Their policies are creating what you are seeing. And it sucks that they're not working with ICE, but I think the good thing is on the other side of the fact is, guess what? ICE is going into this house. 2 people that they wouldn't have picked up are now going to be reunited with their families back home. I mean, what a Christmas gift. How about this? Ben was in Minneapolis. Let's listen to Ben. Let's see Ben out there. I knew he went to Seattle. And but he was in Minneapolis. Take a look at this. Riding with our feds. Ben's a fed.
Train tracks in Minneapolis, and you've already got activists. This guy riding around on his bike. He's tracking our group. Going to be calling out to his friends, telling his friends where we are so they can come and try to dox us. And the illegals aren't even the biggest problem. It's the organizations and the people that are trying to obstruct ICE's operations that are the biggest problem.
Always the white ones.
These are the activists right here that are aiding and abetting illegal aliens that are working with NGOs in America, many of the times the same NGOs that invited the invasion into our country, blowing whistles out here to get attention and then putting it out on social media where ICE is in the community. These are the enemies within, right here. Illegals are bad, they need to be deported, but these organizations and individuals that are aiding and abetting, they're worse. So what illegals do you want to keep in your community? Are rapists okay? Are murderers okay? Are terrorists okay?
What a lady. Listen to that. driving her, $30,000 car in a country she hates. Go back home, lady. Let's see how it works.
You move. Go back to wherever the fuck you're from. Get that fucking camera out of here.
What illegals are okay? Rapists, murderers?
Fuck off.
Terrorists?
You're a fucking rapist.
You're okay with all them? I'm not ICE, so I'm just asking you a question.
Oh, you're real America's voice?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, there you go. Any illegals, you're okay with keeping them all? Rapists,
No
murderers?
human being is illegal.
Some of that came into our country illegally, so all of them you're okay with. Why are you blowing your whistle, sir?
Because you're a fascist pig.
This is what happens when you get a mayor and a police chief and a governor who want to protect illegals and activists over American citizens. They encourage this kind of behavior. Leftist activists coming out obstructing ICE.
Fuck ICE! Get the fuck out of here! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck ICE! Fuck ICE! Fuck Donald Trump! Don't show them anything!
Oh, look who it is. The Tim Walsh of the crowd.
Oh, we got the whistle. We got more whistles. More whistles.
You need to leave. You're not welcome. Get the fuck out of here.
You need to leave. You're not welcome. Get the F out of here. Is that what he's saying to illegals? No, he's saying that to an American citizen.
I thought everyone was welcome. I thought everyone was welcome.
You was ICE?
I thought everyone was welcome.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, you get a good shot? Huh? I don't want your diseases on me, bro. Oh, keep your diseases to yourself. We got the whistle, crew.
It's my neighborhood.
My country.
What
are you here?
Why
are you here?
I'm not
This is what leftism has created in America. Right?
I just love their hypocrisy. My neighborhood, get out. I get to choose who's here, but we can't do that for our country. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, just insanity. Absolute insanity. Let me see if there was another one. I don't think there was. Let's see. Round two. Let's watch round two.
In Minneapolis, this is sadly what America's become because of leftist activists. We've got ICE out here doing operations, and immediately we got the whole community coming out. People just blocking traffic, protecting Somali illegals. This car, probably illegal herself, blocking traffic. This lady. Where are you from? Where are you from? Doesn't want to be on camera, I guess. You're blocking traffic. Gonna cause an accident. This guy just trying to probably get to work. This lady just blocking traffic. This is what happens when you let 20 million illegals into your country like the Democrats have done, and then you have activists in every community to protect them. This is what you get. That's what happens when you let the third world in. Spitting at officers. Spitting at officers, blocking traffic. That is what death of a nation looks like when you have entire communities set up against federal law enforcement that are working to remove criminals from their neighborhoods.
Deport, deport, deport. The more people see this, the less compassion they have. I'm telling you right now. I've talked to people that are blah, 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 just some crazy stuff. I mean, you just had somebody that was let in by Joe Biden shoot, murder, or kill one National Guards woman and severely injure a National Guardsman. And just to show you why we defunded NPR, this was from Senator Eric Schmidt. He says, unreal. NPR is all but blaming the Afghan terrorist attack in D.C. on the fact that we weren't generous enough to refugees. It's all America's fault. We caused mental health challenges by making it too hard for Afghans to get asylum. And he put, this is why we defunded. Take a look at this. This is just amazing. It says the fighters led by the CIA found themselves spiraling into despair because of what they saw as bureaucratic neglect and abandonment by the U.S. government. Among their ranks was Ramanahulu Lakanal, the man charged with killing one National Guard soldier and seriously injuring a second after opening fire on them on Thanksgiving in Washington, D.C. on Thanksgiving Eve. It says, despite their service to the U.S., many zero-unit fighters have struggled to gain asylum or permanent residency in the U.S., according to Dawood. He condemned the actions, but spoke of the overwhelming mental health and emotional challenges fighters face living in exile. After being evacuated in the U.S. in 2021, when the Taliban swept into Kabul, many zero-unit soldiers came to feel they had been abandoned by CIA officials. Despite years of service, which Dawood described as a brotherhood, he now believes the agency failed to help his comrades navigate America's complex immigration system. It's that feeling of like you did something that nobody is appreciating. So, hey, that sounds great. Go off and murder more, right? I'm so happy they got defunded from my tax dollars and your tax dollars.
I'm the interim executive.
We talked about CARE. And let me see if I can find the other one. You're going to love this. And that Governor Ron DeSantis said about, did I take it away? No. That CARE designated them as a foreign terrorist organization and wants them to be investigated. Well, CARE came out and said this. Check this out. These people, again, they've been a terrorist organization for a long time. We've been waiting for this to happen. Take a look.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Hiba Rahim, Hibarahim. I'm the interim executive director here at CARE Florida. I want to welcome everybody to our press conference today. I want to thank our ally community, our friends, for being here, and thank the media also for covering this. This press conference is a response to Governor Ron DeSantis' executive order attacking and defaming CARE Florida. CARE Florida is an American civil rights organization that is registered, federally recognized 501c3 that has been operating in the state for over a quarter of a century. CARE Florida is an organization that defends victims of discrimination and works to uphold the Constitution. We've met with elected officials for decades. We have met with elected officials at local, state, and federal levels. We represent the voice of the American Muslim community. CARE is our nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization. It is a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. We have 25 affiliated chapters nationwide and over 500 board and staff members across the country. Our mission is to enhance the public's understanding of Islam, protect civil rights, promote justice, and empower American Muslims. Our mission is also to empower and educate and enlighten the masses about where their tax money is going, who is funding a genocide, and what we should be doing with our taxpayer money. And if that is going to agitate or cause discomfort to any of our Israel First politicians, then get ready to be uncomfortable because we will not be silenced.
Wow. Wow. Well, let's see what Ron DeSantis said. I think he said discovery will be great.
Not a bet anymore. Someone's suing us for it. I mean, it's like, you know, some of it's just lawfare, right? I welcome the lawsuit. First of all, I get roll out of bed anymore. Someone's suing us for. I mean, it's like, some of it's just lawfare, right? But we welcome that. I mean, we did do the designation for both the Muslim Brotherhood and CARE. This is something that has been a long time coming. I know the federal government's now working in a similar direction. The legislature is working on statutory laws that are going to impact this area. So I think our executive order is kind of the beginning. I think you're going to see statutory codification of how we handle different terror designations. But I welcome the lawsuit, because what will happen is that will give the state of Florida discovery rights to be able to subpoena the bank records, to be able to do that. And honestly, it'd give us even more reason, I believe. And so this is something that I know our Attorney General is ready, willing, and able to be fighting on this. And so that's they have every right to sue. And then we're going to have a right to get the information that we need to make sure. But our agencies are on notice about, how any of our programs or any of our operations are impacted or not impacted. And so the extent that they can be, then they're going to have a basis to be able to protect the people and the taxpayers from that. So I'd stay tuned there.
That's just great. Hold on one second. Sorry, that was Rumble. Rumble responded about.
I welcome the lawsuit.
More questions. So I welcome that too. They got another thing coming. They've been funded by some crooked, curious people. Speaking of some of those crooked, curious people, listen to Tom Homan right here and what he says about Ilhan Omar.
The Border Czar Tom Homan joins us tonight to talk about Minnesota as well as a number of other issues. And sir, it's good to have you back on the show. Trump mentioning the Daily Mail reporting from 2020 that Ilhan Omar married her brother to get into the country. This was last week. Take a listen.
Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say her brother. It's a fraud.
Calls that a fraud. It's a story that has never been successfully refuted, even though it's now a 5-year-old story. That's clearly a deportable offense. Is there an investigation into that?
I just got advised by a fraud investigator the other day on that. I asked the question, who reviewed the file, and says there was immigration fraud involved. The statute of limitations became an issue in the last 4 years when this was first brought up. Who was president? Who ran DOJ? So pulling the records now, pulling the files, and we're looking at it. But this fraud investigator, who I know personally, one of the best fraud investigators in HSI, Homeland Security Investigations, said there's no doubt he reviewed the file. So I'm running that down this week, matter of fact, and we'll see.
It's tremendous that, and according to the Secretary, Kristi Noem of DHS, she said nearly 50% of the visas are fraudulent in this community. I mean, that would mean that half the Somali refugees are here in some way illegally. What's going to happen? Is something's actually going to happen? Are there going to be people stripped of their visas, deported? Are we going to see that?
Absolutely. I mean, those days are over. Thank God President Trump's in the White House. We're going to look at all of them. I mean, we're going to look at those here illegally, of course. We're going to look at those here under a visa or some sort of, immigration process that are criminals. We're going to look at the national security threats. But those who came through a process that weren't properly vetted, who didn't provide documentation, who slipped through the Biden's weak processes on, giving visas and temporary, whether student visas or visitors visas or whatever. We're going the whole gamut. President Trump.
I love it. More of this, please. More of this. That would just be absolutely epic, guys. Absolutely epic. So I want to say thank you to you guys that bought that gifted subscriptions over there on Rumble, and anybody that donated. I know Mikey Ray and Tiger Jaw We are 100% viewer funded, guys. So in order to keep the shows going, keep the program on the road, it takes your support. And we want to say thank you. We appreciate you more than you know. On the next screen, all our donation links will come up along with our P.O. box if you guys want to send us a gift card or do anything like that for our travels, whether it's gas, food, whatever. We appreciate you, and we want to say thank you. Until later, we might do a Rumble Premium tonight. We might do a Rumble. I got to go. We're going to do barbecue. I got to light the barbecue for hamburgers tonight, and I think hot dogs, and then we will see you guys soon. So God bless you all. Thank you so much. Don't forget Adventure Papa. Let me know which hat, Trump or MAGA, that you want. And Jalen said Jeff Dunham needs to do Ik Omar. And then Patty Leah, thank you, Patty Leah on YouTube for the super sticker. We appreciate you guys. And just blessings to all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jalen. And we will see you guys soon. God bless.
Well, hop aboard the Oreo Express, where truth don't hide and we don't second guess. Unapologetic, we're bold and we're loud, shining light on the left shady crowd. Oreo Express, rolling down the track, exposing the lies, ain't no turning back. Conservative fire, we're speaking the truth. At Oreo Express, this one's for you.